A huge part of the maturation process of my investing journey so far has been realizing that dividends are not free money and instead they're part of your total return. When I began investing, I would invest solely for dividend yield and dividend income. But now, as I've more matured and understood stocks and investing more better, I've realized that that's not the case. And guys, get me wrong whatsoever here, I still love my dividend payments. There's nothing better than waking up on a Tuesday morning, checking my phone, and seeing that I got paid $10 from VG. And while I love my dividends, I don't love them as much as the Do Dividend Stocks Not Drugs merchandise, which is now available, links in the description. I got a long sleeve shirt myself, and it is very comfortable, and I'm very proud of the quality itself. So if you're interested in that, you're a dividend investor, you're having trouble getting the ladies, I'd recommend you check that out. Wearing it, and you're going to get a lot more attention in public. With all that out of the way, roll the intro.
Hello, I like money.
Alright, so I'm sure you guys have rather heard of or seen like the dividend irrelevance theory, which is not really what I'm covering today. Today's video will be more on the psychology of dividends, why people do it, etc. But just to kind of clarify it, dividends are not free money. Believe it or not, after a stock goes ex-dividend, the share price will typically fall by the amount of dividends paid. So let's say Visa declares like a 20-cent dividend. That day that they declare the dividend, the stock price will fall typically by that amount. So I think it's just kind of important to start off and note that dividends are not free money, but they are passive income technically, as all your total return is, as you're not really working for it. In the investing community, and more specifically like the dividend-focused community, you have like a couple groups of people. You have like Dividend Growth investing and Gen X dividend investor who are like obviously using the dividends to live off of their own income, and a lot of people like misconceptionize this and think that they have to copy that just because they're doing it, which I think is another huge thing that some people are missing up on. Just because one YouTuber is investing a certain way doesn't mean that you should. When I started investing, I pretty much copied Gen X dividend investors like portfolio, his buys, his strategy. I just found a lot of like old, mature, boring companies, which there's nothing wrong with that. But in my situation, I have a lot more years ahead of me than he does. I'm way younger. I have 30, 40 years ahead of me until like I hit technical retirement age. So obviously that's a big thing that I messed up on, is just, looking at other investing strategies of people that are not in the same boat as me and taking heavy inspiration from that. That's something that a lot of newer investors will do. You have the people who I'd clarify on like the dividend growth part of things. So obviously like I would technically be part of that group. I like to clarify myself more as a quote unquote investor. I don't really invest for dividends, even though at the end of the day that's what I'm hoping to use kind of to live off of or use passive income for. But dividends are part of a total return. And how do you get a total return? It can rather be through the stock price's appreciation over the long term. It can be through share buybacks, or it can be through dividends, as I mentioned. Now, dividends are the most direct way of getting a return, and I think a lot of people like dividend investing because you can get a return without having to sell your stock, which is why it's appealing for a lot of people, including myself. I don't want to sell my Starbucks stock sometimes. But let's get into the psychology of why people are addicted to dividend investing, including myself at one point in time, like dividend income and dividend yield investing, you could say. First off, it's a passive stream of income. There's nothing better than passive income. Waking up to getting paid from your favorite company, I still love it to this day. I'm going to be completely honest, even though that I know it's not free money. But with that said, it is a return on your investment. And with some companies, it's pretty much a guaranteed total return on your investment. And without having to do anything besides just hold on to the stock, it's a very addictive thing when you see a dividend hit your bank account. Very addicting, as I mentioned. Also, there's something about like going out in society and seeing a business that you invest in and getting a dividend from them like that similar week or month or whatever. It's a very unique feeling, and it's very addicting, especially when you start off dividend investing. Like let's say you just got your Target dividend and you were going by Target and you saw it was packed, and it just kind of gives you an internal motive to continue doing it. For a lot of newer investors, investing in quality businesses that you're familiar with or you already have used as a consumer, it's really more of a familiarity thing. So a lot of people, they're, Disney, McDonald's, all the stuff that they know. It's kind of, it's a unique feeling knowing that you're technically a part owner of the company, and it's addicting for people that aren't really heavy into investing. And of course, for people who are looking to live off of that dividend income or their investment, it's a very, it's a very easy concept to understand, the form of dividend investing. Now, right now, I reinvest my dividends personally, but a lot of people don't, and they're missing out on potential gains in the long term. You can see this is just total return, which is the capital appreciation and dividends, and you can see the massive difference it makes when you reinvest your dividends back into the company. This brings me back to my point. It's very addicting to see the snowball effect, as some dividend investors call it, at work, which is basically just compound interest. Dividends are also super tax friendly as well. When you get a qualified dividend from a company, which is most companies in the stock market except REITs, MLPs, and a few others, You basically get that tax as investment income, which is taxed at a much lower rate than other stuff in America. If you can sell your stock and you can get taxed at long-term capital gains, it would be a huge advantage for you. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video based on taxes as well. I think another very accessible and very addicting thing when it comes to dividend investing is how easy it is to track your dividend income and really see its growth over a long period of time. Now, I think this is a good thing for overall investments, is it should get you more enthusiastic about investing, learning more, etc. But at the same time, it is very easy to get addicted to this and continue buying high-yielding, low-quality dividend stocks. I think that's something not many people think about sometimes when it comes to newer or median investors. This is my dividend income chart, and you can see how it's kind of gone up over time, but it's also been kind of fluctuating over the last couple of months. This is because of my realization that dividend growth and higher quality businesses will do better for me long term, and I'll get a better total return than if I were to be chasing dividend yield in the short term. I did a video a few weeks back when I went over what basically would be a future valuation projector of Verizon versus Visa stock, and surprise, surprise, over the long term, Visa massively outperformed. Now, it took only 15 to 20 years to really see the compounding effects of dividend growth and the dividend snowball compared to Verizon and their high dividend yield and slow to basically no growth. For that video, I used DividendData.com's future valuation projector tool, which is one of the many tools that are on the website, along with the stock research tool, valuation models, and so much more. DividendData.com is the sponsor of the channel and sponsor of today's video. It's the stock research tool that I use to help me save time compared to online free resources that would technically take me a few hours to research stocks. With DividendData.com, it's all in one place, and it would take me probably just over 10 minutes. This is an investment back into yourself. If it's helping you just find one good stock, it'll pay for itself. Check it out, link in the description. You can try it out for 2 weeks free without charge. Back to the video. Alright, so let's conclude the video. Dividend investing is very addicting for so many people because it's a passive stream of income. Any stream of passive income or income that you're not working for is, of course, can be addicting. In the short term, it's easy for some newer to median investors to really begin investing more in yield and wanting their dividend, income to rise at a really rapid rate, but they're sacrificing quality for that. Over the long term, and if you're young, you have 15, 20, 30 years on your side. You should be investing in high quality businesses that will naturally compound due to their characteristics of their business, which I've covered on this channel before. High quality business, free cash flow, share buybacks, growing dividend, all that. And again, I think something that I didn't mention also is that dividends are the result of a company's free cash flow, business execution, management, and more. I want to thank you all once again for making it to the end of the video. Let me know, what are your thoughts on dividends? Do you like dividends? What's your investing strategy? I want to hear from you in the comments. Thank you all. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Check out the Do Dividend Stocks Not Drugs merchandise. Once again, I like the long sleeve. I'm going to be constantly updating you guys. And if you do buy a shirt, let me know in the Discord. Send a picture of it to me and I'll put you in a video. I'll also put you in the exclusive quote-unquote shareholders only chat in our Discord, where I share just a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff. Thank you for watching on Do Dividend Stocks Not Drugs. Have a good one.